sing along.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. We are the Hester Street Troupe. We're very, very happy to be here at the Puffin Center and with you this afternoon. We are a group that specializes in all different types of Jewish entertainment, including Yiddish music and klezmer music and Hebrew and Hasidic music. And this afternoon we're going to give you a variety of all those things. The first piece you heard was a piece in the klezmer style. And klezmer style is a style of Jewish music that has a look to it and has a sound to it. And the look involves things like we're all wearing. If you can see, we all have on hats, we wear suspenders, and that is the klezmer look. And a klezmer sound is equally as unique and has to do with a crying, wailing sound that comes out of the main instrument. In our case, we use a clarinet. And a lot of people call that sound kvetching, because it sounds like kvetching, you know? And so in order for all of you to understand exactly the difference between klezmer and regular music, we always do a demonstration. We're going to do two for you. The first is by using a piece that all of you know. We're going to play it in two different ways. First, as you normally hear it, and then we're going to repeat the same piece in the klezmer style, and you can compare the two, and then you'll know what klezmer is. And the second demonstration will also give you a little bit understanding of what that kvetching really is. So here's the first demonstration. Now, I know all of you recognize that song. You'll be singing in a few weeks of Passover. It's a very familiar song. As you well know, that piece is Jingle Bells. And we use that song to show you that really you can take any piece of music in the world, any song in the world, and you can turn it into klezmer. So now, the same piece, the same Jingle Bells, but now it'll be Yingle Bells.
The word klezmer comes from two Hebrew words. The first word is klei, the second word is zemer, and if you put those two words together, klei zemer, you have the word klezmer, and it means instrument of song. And the characteristic of klezmer music is that it tries to imitate human emotions, like a laughing sound or a crying sound. So we're going to do one more demonstration, as Jay said, and this will illustrate how klezmer music imitates those emotions.
Now, as you've heard, our name is Hester Street. Hester Street is a street on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, near Elder Street and Orchard Street, and Delancey Street, Ludlow Street, Rivington Street, Houston Street, Pitt Street, Allen Street, and Grand Street, and I'm sure some of you have heard of those places. And that's where Jewish music was really, and Yiddish music was born in this country, on the Lower East Side. When a person had a simcha, they had a klezmer band like this that would perform and entertain. Now, we're going to try and bring back some of the flavor from that time. Alan is going to walk around, just like they used to walk around at simchas. They didn't dance like you see today, horrors, and at simchas. They danced in lines. The men followed the men, and the women followed the women. And that's, we don't have to do that here today, but we're going to have, Alan is going to try and bring back that flavor. We invite you up to dance. If we can turn the house lights up a little bit for this song. So these are called Freilachs.
Should be like a Lower East Side wedding. Should be.
you so much. We're going to slow things up a little bit, and we're going to do a piece which is actually two pieces, which are actually about identity. The first piece is one that talks about Jewish identity, and if you listen for the last lyric of the piece, you'll understand what we're talking about in terms of Jewish identity. And the second piece talks about the identity of a young girl who's trying to differentiate from her parents, her family, and it talks about her identity. So the first is going to be done by Alan here, and it's called the Zayda Song. It's about a Zayda and the Zayda's family.
My Zayda lived with us in my parents' home. He used to laugh and put me on his knee. He spoke about his life in Poland. He spoke with a bitter memory. He spoke about the soldiers who would beat him. They laughed at him and tore his long black coat. He talked about the synagogue that they burned down and the quiet that was left beneath the smoke. But Zayda made me laugh, and Zayda made me sing, and Zayda made a Kiddush Friday night. But Zayda, oh my Zayda, how I loved him so. And Zayda used to teach me wrong from right. His eyes lit up as he would teach me Torah. He taught me every word so carefully. He taught about our slavery in Egypt and how God took us out and set us free. But when I came back home, they said Zeta's gone. And all his books were packed and stored away. I don't know how or why it came to be. It happened over oh so many years. We just stopped being Jewish, like my Zeta was. And no one cared enough to shed a tear. But Zeta made me laugh, and Zeta made me sing, and Zeta made a Seder peace of light. But Zeta, oh my Zeta, how I loved him so. And Zeta used to teach me wrong from right. Many winters went by, many summers came along, and now the children sit in front of me. Who will be the Zeta of my children? Who will be the Zeta if not me? Who will be the Zetas of our children? Who will be the Zetas if not we? But Zeta made me laugh, and Zeta made me sing, and Zeta made a Kiddush Friday night. But Zeta, oh my Zeta, how I loved him so. And Zeta used to teach me wrong from right.
That's Izzy. Okay, well, now we're going to bring up, like, you know, I said we're going to do another piece on identity, and it's about a young woman, a young girl talking about her identity. It would be appropriate for me, I'm not a young girl, or Alan, he's not a young girl, Jim. So we're going to bring up a young girl to sing this piece, and I welcome up Sophie.
Why must I travel to a distant
Sophie. I don't know if you noticed so far, but I've been doing all the work here. And singing and playing and talking to you, and Alan has been doing second most work, walking around a little bit and playing. And the most important member of the group, Jim, hasn't done a thing. So you should know here that I happen to be Jewish, and Alan happens to be Jewish, and Jim nisht. He's not Jewish. And he's going to sing you a song that will talk a little bit about some of the things that he's learned over the past, how many years we've been playing together? 40 years now? Almost 40 years we've been playing together. And he's going to sing you this song. It'll give you a little sense of some of the things he's come across and learned from the audiences. And give you Jim.
Use that one? Use this one. Don't choke.
All right.
Yeah.
This song is an introduction to a few pieces we do from the Yiddish vaudeville and the Yiddish theater. This is a goy's view of the Yiddish vaudeville. Sometimes when I am up on the roof with the birds flying through the air, I hear music from the vaudeville, and I wish that I were there. Oh, Mom, I wanna be in Yiddish vaudeville. With my looks, you know I'd be the rage. Oh, Mama, can't you see? I'll be making history. I'll be the first O'Reilly on the stage. I don't know why I love that Yiddish vaudeville. I don't understand a thing they say, but with my pronunciation, I could be a big sensation. A little chutzpah goes a long way. If it's Shabbos, I'll pretend I'm not a goy, and David with the other men. Oh, Ma, don't look so hurt. I promise not to convert. Though I'll sing and dance the whole of my accent will be guacamole. Me so tough to ya. Shlomo Aleichem. Abby Gesundheit. Aaron go brucha. Oh, Mom, I wanna be in Yiddish vaudeville. With some Irish in my old soft shoe. When I leave that chicken coop, trade it in for chicken soup and be a star on set.
There's one person from Yiddish vaudeville that's actually the most famous. This was a man who his whole act was to talk about all the absurdity in his life. And he had problems with his family, he had problems with his health, he had problems with his children. These are the things that he sung about in his act, and a lot of self-deprecating humor. So his name was Menashe Skolnick. And Menashe used to have this act where every song was one of those songs. Health issues, service with his wife, these are the kind of things he sang about. So we have our own version of Menashe. He's going to give you a little taste of what Menashe used to look like on 2nd Avenue.
went to my father and I said to him, I said, Tate, this is the girl I'm going to marry. And he said to me, Menashe, you cannot marry this girl. She's your sister. So I found another girl and I went to my father and I said, Tate, this is the girl. How do you do? This is the girl I'm going to marry. And he said, Menashe, you cannot marry this girl. Nachamo, she's your sister. So I went to my mommy. Okay. Stand up, mommy. Everybody, this is mommy. Wave to the nice people. Zet zich weg, mommy. It's my show. Sit down. I said, mommy, what kind of a man did you marry? Every girl I bring to him, he says, I cannot marry her, she's my sister. And my mama said to me, Menashe, marry whoever you want. Is nicht dein Tate. Verstehst du Yiddish? She said, marry whoever you want, he's not your father. Oy, 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 oy. Oy, oy, oy. Let me see, verstehst du Yiddish? Raise the hand to look, let me see. A few people in Troupe, you can translate for everybody else. I went to I found another girl and I brought her home to meet my parents. And my mama said, "Och, fat." Do I need to translate that? Och, fat. She's too tall and too skinny. I found another girl and I brought her home to meet my parents. And my mama said, Nachamo, och, fat. Say it with me. Och, fat. Too short and too heavy. So I found a girl. She looked like my mom. She walked like my mama. She cooked like my mama. She danced like my mama. She acted like my mama. She smelled like my mama. My father hated her. Oy, 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 oy. Can I go a little bit off color here? A little bit, a bissel? I'm working hard, the ganze Jahr, the whole year I'm working hard. You know, if there's something I don't want to talk about on Shabbos, it's working. So, Shabbos benacht, Shabbos at night, I got all dressed up and I walked to the shul, and waiting for me is my friend, Mrs. Goldberg, and she looks at me and she says, Mr. Skolnick, your business is open. I said, no, no, no. I came from the store. I closed it. She said, no, Mr. Skolnick. Your business is open. I said, no. And I don't want to talk about working on Shabbos. When I got home from shul, I took off my coat. And sure enough, my business was open. After Shabbos, I called her up on the phone and I said, Mrs. Goldberg, it's Mr. Skolnick. I'm so sorry I yelled at you. When I got home, I noticed my business was open. Let me ask you, was my salesman in or out at the time? Oh, Mein Einigl, mein grandson, we went to Macy's. We went to Macy's and there was a line in Macy's. It stretched around the whole store. It was winding through every aisle. And I said, Moshe, there must be something good at the end of this line. We're gonna get online and we're going to wait and we're gonna get something good. And we are clicking like this for hours. We are waiting on this line. And finally we get near the front and it's Santa Claus. And Moshe looks at me, he says, Zaidi, what should I do? I said, there's two people in front of you. You're gonna listen to hear what they do, and you're gonna do the same thing. So the first little boy gets up to Santa, and Santa says, oh, little boy, what's your name? And the little boy says, oh, my name is Michael O'Rourke. And Santa says, oh, Michael O'Rourke, go into my bag and take yourself one nice present. The next little boy comes up, and Santa says to him, oh, little boy, what is your name? And he says, oh, my name is Sean O'Hara. And Santa says, oh, Sean O'Hara, go into my bag and take yourself one nice little present. My little Moishela goes up next. He sits on Santa's lap. Santa says, oh, little boy, what is your name? And he says, Moshe ben Chaim. And Santa says, Moshe ben Chaim, nehmt zwei, take two. Oy, 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 oy. All right. I walked on Second Avenue to see my cousin Sadie. Some rough kids were in the street. A big one hit a lady. I said, how dare you hit that lady? You verstinkende Grobberling. Because when you hit a lady, you've done a nasty thing. He raised his fist, I gave a loud geschrei. Oi. And he punched me, but it wasn't in the eye, no. Not on the top, not on the bottom, but just in the middle. My head hurt. I could see the stars. My teeth fell in the street. Ungebrochen was mein Kirschkiss from the pain he gave to me. Not on the top, not on the bottom, but just in the middle, and that's all. I headed into the hospital to see my friend Sid Miller. He was gonna an operation for his killer. It's his hernia. He described for me his sickness, and I felt as bad as he. Nausea was the feeling that came over me. I felt so sick I fainted off the bed. And they took me for the surgery instead. You know where? Not on the top, help me, not on the bottom, but just in the middle. I was in the hospital from Shavuos. I say Shavuos, and you say Shavuos, I forget it. From Shavuos to Yom Kippur. I'm suing for malpractice, cause on me he sold a zipper. You know where? Wait for me. Not on the top, help me. Not on the bottom, but just in the middle, and that's all. Wait, not finished. Down. Now I'm done. Thank you very much.
Here's another from Yiddish Vodka. Well, my name's Yassel Bear, and I'm in the military. I died. I wear boots and uniform, but fighting's not what keeps me warm. I died. I'm Yassel Bear in the military. Yassel Bear in the military. I made shoes when I was young, spitting nails out with my tongue. Now I have a sword, a spear, making a bit of bread. Yassel Bear in the military. Yassel Bear in the military. I take a stroll so I can meet a pretty girl that's young and sweet. When I do, I kiss, I blow, then I wink, and she say no to me. Yassel Bear in the military. Yassel Bear in the military. She takes me home. She says, come in. I'll give you wine, I'll give you gin, I'll give you supper, fish and bread. They get me challah, wine and fish, Und was noch? Das Licht, das so bad in the military. Yes, 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 bad in the military. Yes, so
Okay. Years ago, when a klezmer band performed, they would always perform with someone called a badchen. And a badchen was an entertainer. Would come along with the klezmer band to entertain the bride and the groom. Nowadays, you go to an Orthodox wedding and you see people dancing and entertaining and doing different tricks and things. But years ago, that was for the badchen to do. Alan here is going to give you a little sense of what you might have seen a few years ago at a wedding where the badchen performed.
Dear God, you made many, many poor people. I understand it's no great shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So what would have been the harm if I had a small fortune? Oh, not so small fortune.
If I were a rich man, I-idle, deedle, deedle, idle, diddle, 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 diddle. All day long I'd biddy, biddy, bob. and roofs and wooden floors below. I would build one long staircase just going up, and one even longer going down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. If I were wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. All day long I'd build a big home. If I were a wealthy man. Thank you guys, thank you very much. So we're going to do two pieces now that are related to Israel, and related to what's going on in Israel right now. The first piece is an old Yiddish piece, a Yiddish song, that was originally done by Molly Pecan, I believe, and it was later done by Connie Francis. Connie Francis, you might not know this, but Connie Francis put out an entire album of Yiddish music, which is just absolutely beautiful. You should pick it up if you can, or at least hear some of her stuff on YouTube. It really is amazing. But this first piece was one that, it was a question that Golda Meir was asked many years ago. After a couple of wars were won by Israel, people said to her, what's your secret weapon? What's the magic? And she said, our secret weapon is that we have nowhere to go, and we have to win our wars. So this song is called V'ya Hinzelach Gain, and it's about, it was actually a Holocaust song, asking, the words are, I have nowhere to go. So Sophie's going to come up and do that piece. And then the second one we'll tell you about after this.
סופי, תורידי את המסכה. Take off your coat. Thank you.
Tell me, where can I go? There's no place I can see. Where to go, where to go? Every door is closed for me. To the left, to the right. It's the same in every land. Tell me, where can I go? And it's me who should know. Won't you please understand? Vi har innsållet there kan ens færre liv. Vi har innsållet Spørsmålsjen sine tier. Sist der Welt groß geniet. Når for mir ist Vi har blikk, snus sorry, sist du sterkt i hele blikk. Vi har innsållet
This next song is a prayer for peace, something Israel desperately needs. And as I sing it, I invite you to sing. Osem shalom bimromah, Uyoseh shalom aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromah. we're going to do for you, Alan's going to tell you a story using a clarinet. And that story is about the Rebbe Eli Melech. Yes. And if you listen, you can hear him going around to people, greeting them, shaking their hands, tipping his cap, saying hello.
Hello.
Then he's going to tell you hello, how the Rebbe played his fiddle. Right? And then how the Rebbe danced. He pops.
Go ahead, you can dance.
Yeah. And then what happened? Then he goes to the synagogue and he davens, he prays. When he's finished davening, he goes to a wedding and has a little bit too much mashka, whiskey. Gets a little shika, drunk, and you can hear him hiccuping on his way back home. This is the story of the Rebbe Eli Melech.
You want to do that again? He loves it.
Okay. James, you're going to explain.
Yeah,
I will.
okay.
Did you take the wireless mic, Alan?
I did.
You did? Okay.
We have lots of microphones, as you can see, lots of keyboards, lots of drums, but there's nothing like this. I love it.
Yes. So, we are going to now tell you a little bit about a chazan. When a chazan would come to a shtetl, the village, he had to pass a test by meeting with the leaders of the town. The first was the Schneiderl, the tailor. And the second was the Kavolchikal. The Kavolchikal was the blacksmith. And the third was the Balagolchikal, the horseman. So you'd have to meet with those three and pass the test, and then he could become the chazan. Well, we're going to tell you something a little different, because things are just a little different here. As you come to America, this is the Amerikaner chazan.
Willkommen zur volgende Gelegenheid steten. We daven in a Shabbos. We daven in a Shabbos. Hier kommen in Herren die drei schönste Banabaten von dem Städtel. Die drei schönste Banabaten von dem Städtel. Einer, the lawyer from Men's Club. Die zweite, der CPA from Congregation. Und der dritte, der Balabaster from Sisterhood. Sechabet, the lawyer from Men's Club. Sechabet, the lawyer from Men's Club.
Is this a chazan? Is this a chazan? We'll make an assessment, legal and binding. We'll go from the black ink into the red ink. Ladies and gentlemen of the congregation, is this a chazan?
Oy, 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 oy. I am the Sechabet, the CPA from Congregation. Sechabet, the CPA from Congregation.
Tax season is here. Is this a chazan? Is this a chazan? We'll tax the members. That's it. No. We'll raise the dues. Raise the dues. Raise the dues. We'll take out a mortgage. What could we lose? Is this a chazan? Oh, he's really good. He seems like a bird to love.
Oy, 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 oy. I am the chazan. Oy, Sechabet, the Barabuster from Sisterhood. Zeg, gaan we de allemaal de vrouw de sisterhood.
Is he good looking? Is he good looking? Maybe he's single. Are you single, honey? I'll bake him a challah. Do you like bread? I'll take him to dinner. No, he'll take me to dinner. I'll be his challah. Oh, he can come home as late as can be. Home without him ain't no home to me. Can't help loving that Hazel on
Oy, 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 oy,
He is my Hazel.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Before we conclude, I'd like to tell you a little bit about us. First of all, we have Sophie. Where are you, Sophie? Sophie, where are you? Sophie's gone. Oh, there she is. Come on up, Sophie. This is Sophie. And Sophie is a freshman at Cranford High School, where she is in a unique theater arts program there. And she has been performing in their shows, and she is currently the age of 14. And she's not married, so if any of you... And that's Sophie. Thank you very much. And next we have Izzy. This is Izzy. And Izzy is 18 years old. He is just was accepted into the BU Bioengineering program, so he's starting that. He was in the biotech engineering program at a what's the name of your school? Morris County Votech School, and that's it, right, Izzy? That's it.
He's not married either.
And a requirement for the rest of us is to have a minimum of at least 2 master's degrees to be in this group, and Jim certainly qualifies. He has 2 master's degrees. He has one in set design from New York University, and one in public administration from Seton Hall University. Jim is an academic. He is a professor at Drew University in the theater arts department. He's married to his wife Tiffany. They have 2 girls. They live in Succossona, New Jersey. That's Jim. This is Alan. Alan also has 2 master's degrees. These are both in psychology from Columbia University. He has one in developmental psychology, one in counseling psychology. Alan works for the Jewish Agency for Israel in New York, and they're very busy right now. And Alan is married as well. He's married to Deborah, and he has a son, Raphael. And Alan lives right here in Teaneck, New Jersey.
All right. Really, the guy's been talking at you all night, Jay. Well, I hate to say this, but Jay only has 1 master's degree. I know, but he has a doctorate.
Yes.
So we keep him around.
Thank God.
They're both in social work from the Wurtzweiler School of Social Work, where Jay is a professor in the Master of Social Work program. Jay is married, and he lives with his wife and his 3 children in Randolph, New Jersey, and that's Jay.
And this
Izzy is his son. And these 2 guys, shush, these 2 guys are brothers.
Yes.
Yes. And Sophie is their niece. And there's Mama, Sophie's mama in the front row. All right, that's all I got.
So we want to thank you all very much. It's always a pleasure playing
in my backyard.
In his backyard, certainly, and in Teaneck. We always get a nice Hamish welcome from the people here. You're very nice people, and you're warm.
Because if you don't, I know where a lot of you live.
Bring a lot of warmth to our performance. We also want to thank Andrew. He did a fantastic job He was really wonderful with us and in discussions with us over the past 6 months or so, and we were very happy to work with him. He really is a treasure. You have a very good executive director. We are going to conclude with a wonderful Jewish, yes, you have a question? Yiddish Mama. We stopped doing that many years ago because a lot of people didn't, it was too sad for them to do that speech, so we stopped playing that. But thank you for the, yeah. So we're going to conclude actually with a calypso number instead. And this is a number that was made popular by a husband and wife team who've been playing Jewish calypso music for many, many years. Harry and Bella Fonte, the Fontes. You might have heard of them before. And they made this song very, very popular a few years ago. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. If you have time, we'll do one more piece. One piece which I feel is fitting for today. We're going to play Hot Tikva.
Thank you all very much.
If you sang this song,